Okay, we are going to get started with July Club Q. This kit is called Stars and Banners, and it suggests Bloody Mary and Blue Moon Powder Puff chalking inks. But of course, you use whatever colors work for you. There's also navy. I'm actually using Deep Sea, which is a little brighter. There is Barnboard, Manzanita for kind of darker reds, and you could always use like amaretto or maybe a mocha or something to make it a little more antique if you want to also. And I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way and get started. I have all my die cuts punched out, and I have just the first few pieces here on our page. Oops, got stuff on there. And as always, we are going to do the cutting first. There is only one piece to cut. I gotta grab it out of the kit here. It's kind of nice because there's not many diagrams or anything in this one. All you want to do is this 6x12. You cut it at 4 inches and 4 inches, and then you end up with 3 4x6s. So you put it in, cut it 4 inches and 4 inches. You'll have 3 4x6s. The only other cutting, I think, is to trim out around your journaling piece. Other than that, there's not a lot of cutting. Okay, these first few pieces that you want to put on, we're going to do both pages kind of at the same time. There is a 4x10.5 floral piece for each page. That goes in about 1.5 inches from the sides. You center it top and bottom, and then 1.5 inches in. It doesn't have to be exact. You can just kind of eyeball it. And the 2 blue strips, they go about 1.5 inches up from the bottom. And again, that doesn't have to be exact, but what I would do is line up your 2 pages so that you get these lined up. And at any time you can pause the video, kind of catch up, do what you need to do, chalk up your pieces, and then push play again. Okay, so when we have those pieces on, we have a red banner piece that goes about 1 inch down from the top of the floral piece. Well, my cat's here to say hi to you. I don't know if you can hear her. Okay, so once you have that on, you have 2 blue pieces that have kind of a dove's tail cut in the end there. There's one that goes right up just barely over the red banner, or you can put it flush with the red banner too. Either way is fine. I just put mine just a little bit over the red banner there. Just getting my picture to make sure I'm doing this right. And on the second page, sorry, I did my directions. Okay, on the second page, your blue dot banner, this is going to go 3 inches down from the top edge, close to the right edge of the paper. So about 3 inches down from the top. And really, we just want to make sure that we have space for your journaling piece there. So it goes close to the edge, about 3 inches down from the very top. And then what I'm going to do is line up our other little banner pieces down across here and here before we cover them up with photo mats. I'm going to go ahead and lay this other one out. I'm not going to glue it down yet because there's other pieces that will get, other banners that will get tucked right underneath here. So I'm just going to place that there as a placeholder. Okay, and then you have two blue banners, one large, one small. We actually are going to use the other side of the small one with the flower print on it. Those go, this banner sticks out just past your floral paper here. And then your floral banner kind of just overlaps right over the top of that. And once you have that down, we will, actually I'm going to go ahead and do all the banners. I'm going to start it over here too. So you should have a white, and if you want to chalk these up, you go right ahead, but you should have a white one that gets tucked right underneath here, about 1/4 of an inch down from the point here, okay? And then you have a red, let's see, where's my red banner? Here it is. Right below that, we are going to tuck a red banner. And you can put these in further if you want to, out further, totally up to you. And then we have two blue end pieces. That banner is going to get stuck kind of out like this. You're not going to see this part right here. It's covered up with a star. So we're going to have that banner stick out just a little bit past your floral piece. And you can go ahead and glue these down. So your 4x6s that you cut out of white, I chalked mine up with, I used Deep Sea because I really like this kind of brighter blue. But Blue Moon, Navy, any of the other blues look really good with it too. Somebody actually chalked theirs up with Black Rose, which has just a tiny bit of blue in the black. That one looks really pretty as well. Okay, so with these, you have blue triangles, and those are just to kind of decorate the corner on your photo backers. So there's two that will go vertical, and the blue photo corner gets glued to the right top corner on two of them. On one, it's landscape, and it gets glued behind the top right corner landscape. Once you have those on, then this page is really close to done except for your star. Go ahead and place these however it looks best with your pictures. But if you don't have your pictures yet, what I would suggest, actually I'm going to tuck this underneath here a little bit. Oops, got the wrong one. If you don't have your pictures yet, I would just make sure that you don't put glue behind here so that you can still lift that up and put a picture in. And I'm laying these out like they are on the directions, but you go ahead and space them however it works best for you and your photos. Okay, so we have, where's my star? There it is. We have one large star, and what I did with my stars, I chalked them up, and I'm going to use blue on these two. On the directions I used red, so you go ahead and make them whichever color you would like. I chalked the edges, and then what I do is I creased in the middle here, just to give it a little bit of lift. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you can't tell if it's messy. but you can see it just kind of gives it a little bit of lift and dimension. That gets glued down there. There is a smaller blue. I'm going to go ahead and bend these just a little too. That gets glued right in the middle. One of the smaller red. Oops. Smaller red stars, I'm going to bend that as well. Goes right in the middle there. And one red button. So your buttons should be in a little packet like this. We try to keep them all organized for you. Oh, you know what? There's actually one more layer here. There's a red or white. A little dot of glue in the middle. Put your button on. And then you have your little starburst or trails. It looks like a little comet. Those just get chalked up and tucked in behind here. And what I do is I normally just put a little glue just on the end. You don't have to glue the entire thing, and then just tuck it in behind your star. Okay, on page 2, we have our little journaling piece. We have our 5x7 and our last blue triangle. That's going to go on the left corner. Place this wherever it looks best with your photo. You need a little more room and you don't want it covered as much with the stars. You can move it up a little bit. It's up to you. And then your last banners get tucked in this side here. Okay. And then the same goes for over here with your stars. Chalk those up, layer them up. The first one goes right here, right over the end of this blue banner so that you can't see that that's missing that space there. Smaller red one in the middle. You can bend up the corners if you'd like. Larger. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot this little strip here. It actually goes in behind there. Since I forgot it, what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to fix it, because you probably already have this stuff glued down. If not, this gets tucked in right in here just to add some color. But since I did that, I'm going to show you what I would do is just take a little piece of it and tuck it in here, and it will look like from the other end down here. And then it just looks like one long piece there. Okay. Then your buttons go in the middle here. A little bit of glue. We usually use Barely Art Glue because it has a tiny little tip on it for precision stuff, and this is great for those little buttons and things. And then again, you punch out your little trails for your stars there, your little comet pieces. and they get tucked in right behind there. So super simple. Love this one for July. I hope you have the perfect pictures to put in it. And we will see you next time. Thanks so much for being a Club Q member.